Hello and welcome to the Counterattack playthrough series, playing the Battle for Normandy, scenario Bloody Omaha. We're about to start the June 8th night turn. First thing we do is determine weather, and since I'm using the fixed weather rules, where the first 4 days of the battle are fixed, today is cloudy, so no effect on this scenario. Next, we're going to do our reinforcements. Germans again have no reinforcements. The Americans though do have some reinforcements here. We have more 2nd Division troops queuing up, so the first chunk will include their headquarters and a recon unit plus infantry, then a lot more infantry, and then here we have some core artillery. We're probably not going to see these guys come on the map for a while. So we'll load that into the landing queue, but while we wait to do that, we do need to roll for replacements. So Allied replacements are going to be, I rolled a 6. That's going to be 3 for the US, cut in half, rounded down, so it's 1. And the US does have 1 remnant from the prior day, so that's going to be 2 infantry replacements. We got plenty of units that can use this. They do need to be in supply to get them. Everyone can trace back to the beachhead or to their headquarters. So I think we'll go ahead and repair this guy. So we'll give 1 replacement to the 29th Division and the other to the 1st Division. Okay, now for German replacements. Rolled a 6 in June. That is 1 infantry, cut in half, rounded down. It's just 1, or 0. So poor Germans. They do have 1 infantry remnant though. So let's see what they can do here. Now, to build a company back up into a battalion, it has to be adjacent to a headquarters, so can't do that. So let's see what we can do here. Well, a quick review of the rules show that the Germans are not able to use that replacement point. You cannot build companies from scratch. You can only build battalions, which requires 2 replacement points. You can upgrade a company, but it has to be next to a headquarters. So they lost that replacement point. Okay, now we're going to move into the Allied night turn. Okay, first we start with the Allied engineering phase, but they don't have any engineers on the beaches yet, so we skip that. Then all their fired artillery and moved artillery flip to the unused side. So we'll do that real quick. Okay, then night movement. And as a reminder, allies move at half movement points at night. So, what do we want to do here? Well, priorities are get that queue cleared for units to move up onto the beach. So I think this guy is going to go 1, 2, 3 up to here. That normally would be a mandatory attack situation, but at nighttime that's not the case. What else we want to do here? Well, let's just start landing these guys here. We have a whole bunch of engineers and artillery. Well, first let's move these artillery units. They can go 3. They are mechanized. 1, 2. And I don't have to mark them as moved because they're mechanized. So just get them up off the beach here. This guy will just sort of leave there for now because it looks like I have room. We'll offload engineers with him. And looks like there's just enough artillery or room to drop this artillery off here. So we'll flip that. And then these two guys will land on the beach here. And then I'll move the rest of the queue up. I think we'll also move this guy over. So it's going to cost 2 to leave the zone of control. And 1 to go here. The idea is I'm going to try to move him up to this area in the morning turn. Anything else to move here? No. Okay, so that was the final move for the Allies. So now they're going to do Allied night combat and artillery. Well, do they want to be bombarding anything tonight? You know, I think we're going to do some attacks here. Well, this guy needs to be attacked for sure. Okay, so we're going to go 10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 37. 37 to 3. Okay. And they're not going to mess around. They're going to use this 4.2 inch mortar. That's going to take it up to 43. And somewhere in here, there's some more artillery. Let's take it up to 47. Just trying to, I'm not really doing math here to see if I can get better odds. Just winging it. So 47. They can do as many artillery units as there are battalions up to a certain amount. 47 to 3. Well, the Germans are going to use their 4-pointer artillery unit over here. So now it's 47 to 7. That is 6 to 1 odds. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Roll to 6. Just as a reminder, it is night. It's -1 to the die roll. Let's see, where's 6 to 1? Over here. Let's see, we rolled a 6. -1 to the die roll for night. Another -1 for farmland. Now the enemy is out of supply, but that does not matter. The defenders don't have out of supply penalties. So it's a enemy or defender, 1 loss, 1 retreat, or 1 loss and a retreat. Okay, so let's see what these guys are going to do here. There's only a company in there. So, yeah, there's no combination of choices I could make that would save this hex. So they're eliminated. Germans' step loss marker hits 5, so they've accumulated a infantry remnant. Now, advance after combat. We'll have these 2 infantry units move in. Okay, that should free things up for the daytime. Okay, the next night attack the Allies are going to do is going to attack this single strong point. So let's get that out of here. Reminder again, nighttime does not require mandatory attacks. So these units can attack here freely. That'll be 11. Plus 10 is 21. Plus half strength is 1, so 22. It's coming from 3 sides here. 22 to 2. You know, just in case, they'll throw some artillery in. They'll throw this guy in. So that's 25 to 2. The Germans will throw in this artillery. So 25 to 5. That brings it down to 5 to 1 odds. -1 for attacking up over the bluff, +1 for combined arms, -1 into farmland, so total -1. Rolled a 10 on the 5 to 1 odds. -1 for the farmland, so it's a 1-3. So that's devastating. So this guy will take the step loss. Rangers are irreplaceable, so I'm not recording that loss. And then this is destroyed. Now advance after combat. I'm not going to make the mistake of having these guys advance over a bluff, which is illegal. So they'll just stay, well, you know, I think these guys, yeah, well, let's see. My artillery is vulnerable. These guys can pull back here and come in here if I leave that open. So maybe they will just move a tank forward. My thinking is if I move forward a little bit, I can possibly try to get back here and maneuver somehow. We'll see. I think that's all the night attacks we're going to do as the allies. So the next will be the German night turn. The first step is the German engineering phase. So this engineer spent a whole day digging an entrenchment, and so now it's there. It's a reminder that it has a 1 stacking value, and for 1 unit, it can double its defense strength. Okay, now for the German movement phase, they can move at full strength. Oh, let me flip all the German artillery real quick. Okay, all flipped. Yeah, so Germans can move at full movement point capacity. So this flank over here is starting to break open. I think they're reasonably okay still, though. I think we want this engineer to move. Go do some more engineering activities for the next night. So I'm inclined to move it over to near Insigny-sur-Mer, or just to build defenses at Trevier. Yeah, so he's gonna go 1, 2. And should I build defenses here, or I think I want to build them out in this farm here, because the allies might come around this way. If they're coming across the river, you know, I'll have some defensive advantages there. So we'll come over here and build next night some entrenchments there. Okay, these entrenchments here will just be used as a fallback position. The allies are starting to get around this way, though, so in preparation for having to do mandatory attacks plus just backing off, we're gonna move this guy for free, or 2 points. Sorry, it's moving across a secondary road, so it costs 1 movement point, and we can ignore the zone of control. So bolster that guy, and then this guy will spend 2 to exit the zone of control, and 2 more to get into this area here. The reason I move this guy here is because of this bend, its potential to have 3 hexes attacking it. Okay, so backed off there. So down here, what do we want to do? I'm thinking this guy's going to split a company off. And that company is then going to move onto the Point du Hoc artillery position. I might as well just flip it. So now it can be activated for firing. Not sure why I didn't do that earlier. That's pretty much all the moves I want to do. So now we're going to go into night combat. So if they use their artillery now, it won't be available for defensive fire on the Allies' turn. And by flipping this guy, they now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artillery units within range of the Allies. Can they afford to spend one right now? You know, I'm just afraid to use them right now, so we'll just hold off. So that concludes the German night turn and the night turn overall.